I'll let Chip read this statement from Kelly Bowman Flagg to Tar Heel fans in the world out there.
Okay. All right.
Have you seen this, Chip?
No, I have not.
Go ahead. Yeah, read it.
Am I going to get in trouble for this?
No, this is Cooper Flagg's mother who posted on the internet.
Okay. I appreciate all of you who have supported us all season long, especially last night after my call for bail money. There were many willing to start a GoFundMe and several others ready to ride at dawn. I also want to apologize to anyone who was offended by my language that was caught in a celebratory moment. I do realize that it wasn't my best look. However, if you actually know me and are a real friend of mine, you weren't shocked. It was a very intense situation we were put into, and we were taken aback by the crudeness of the UNC fans as we made our way into the arena.
Talk about you, Chip.
They continued to harass us, with much worse being spewed in our direction, as well as at our 18-year-old son and his teammates throughout the entirety of the game. The celebration was a moment of being so proud of our kid, and also a big blank you to the entire Carolina fan base for being classless a-holes. If you are a UNC fan and didn't like it, tough emoji. Better luck next time. Go Duke.
There you go, Terry.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's how Duke and Carolina fans are. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
It's a little more inflammatory than what I'm used to.
Yeah,
This is the problem with social media.
This
Yeah.
is Duke player's mother.
Any idiot now has a platform to go out there and be an idiot.
They do.
So I mean, it's just like, man,
Wow.
That's cute. That's cute.
Oh my goodness. Fans,
I mean,
fans.
did she take it down? I hope.
No. Does she?
I know.
Has she ever watched a Duke game in her life? Terry?
Has she ever watched?
Has any,
Has
like,
she ever watched Mike Krzyzewski and the way he treats any other human being?
I don't know anything that was said from Carolina fans, and it may have been the worst thing that you could say to someone. But there's no chance on God's green earth Carolina players haven't heard that every time they've ever stepped in the Cameron Indoor Stadium. So
yes.
come the F on.
Yeah,
you, and
Terry,
your poop emojis.
Terry, last night there was a pitch and a piece of like dirt got my eye for a second, and you know the fans are right up on the fence. So like I got all right. Next pitch they didn't like. I think there's still something in your eye.
Yep, you're right.
Do I go on social media and talk about how terrible fans are and how like F you and you can da 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 da? I mean, it's just like it's a ball game, man. People are jerks. People are terrible people, and you just have to deal with it.
And sometimes these are people that you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
just,
the worst part about it. It's standing right behind you, putting you down.
I love the.
Unfortunately, that's where people act the worst. And you know what makes it bad is because you're in a crowd of people.
Yeah.
And you can get by with it. You know what I mean? You can get by with it. It's like the mob mentality. Like if you're just like by yourself with me and say something like that, you might get hit in the face. But once I'm in that crowd, I can be ugly. So why are you so worried about people being ugly to you? What do you think they're going to do? People are just ugly.
My favorite part of that is the crowd was being so mean to my little 18-year-old son. You're 6'9", 205-pound, 18-year-old college man-child of a player's son. Yes.
It's just people. People are awful, lady. What did you think?
Freshman of the year.
He's posterized plenty. He's posterized plenty of other young men. I think he can handle it.
Get over it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just get over yourself, lady. You're not that important.
It's the most intense rivalry in college basketball. I mean, good gosh.
All right, we talk about this all the time on this show, and most of the time it's in football when we blame someone for dropping a pass or kicking the ball out of bounds when his team gave up 40 points on defense and blaming the wrong person for the losses. So Carolina fans, they're all blaming we lost this game because this guy stepped in the free throw line, Terry. Is that why they lost the game, Terry?
No, that's not why, man. I mean, they got way behind it to start. I mean, it's a whole.
You made a valid point.
I don't know what he did right there. I don't know why he did
it. He stutter-stepped.
He stepped into the lane, and you know there's going to be a Kevin Hastings over there saying it's a rule. It's a rule. You know they're going to do it, so you got to call it. You got to call it, man. It's a rule.
You made a good point before we got on the air, Kevin.
It's a rule. It's a rule. So I mean, I'm sorry. you can't say, well, it's a big moment and it didn't matter. Then take it out of the rule book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, here it is, Terry, from better angle for you. Not there.
That's the only thing that gets me. I just absolutely do not understand what are you doing?
No. A whistle, that one.
He knew it.
Oh, no.
I mean, but
A
he knew
whistle,
it.
that
Yeah.
one. Oh, no. A whistle, that one.
And it was called.
well, look at the coaching staff. The Carolina's bench knows it too.
So, couple of things. You know, I'm into the old every game's fixed, Tom. I'm listening to this game on the radio.
Yeah, it was.
Didn't Carolina's top scorer pick up 2 fouls within 4 minutes? Cooper flags out. All of a sudden, their top scorer's out within 4 minutes. Now the Gamblers got a ball game, Tommy. And the guy comes out. And the announcer says he's got to come out now. No, he doesn't, first of all.
No, he don't.
You can leave him in. Terry, I've always been the one like, you're playing 12 minutes in the first half. I don't care how many fouls you got. You're going to play those 12 minutes because if I take you out, 15-0 run. That run, I turned it off then. It was like, well, ain't no way this is going to happen. They should have lost it. It was the most embarrassing run I've seen from Tar Heels in a long time when they were just destroying them. But I would never blame this kid for losing.
No, and when you talk about stuff like that, yeah, I remember when we were playing East Lincoln and they had Lindsey Wright who ended up going to Wake Forest. But, I mean, we didn't have nobody who could play with her. Only thing we've had Beth Pittman, Katie Caldwell, and Sarah Norman. Sarah Norman was her size, but Lindsey Wright was a lot bigger and played the middle very fantastic. But Beth Pittman picked up her third foul, and we're over there, and they still like 4 or 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and Coach Sane does not take her out, leaves her in. Well, guess what? She picked up her fourth. So then you're sitting there like, okay, now we're up the creek. You know, and we ended up losing the game. But there are plays that, you know, you have to make a choice, and I understand. To me, I never understand why I have to take them out with 2 fouls. Now, 3, I understand you got to come out. I understand that every bit of it. But not 2. You know what I'm saying?
I really think basketball, the lower levels need to go to 6 fouls. I don't like the ability to, like I said, these referees, if they are in on a gambling ring, Terry, just easily fix that game in the first 4 minutes of the game. I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they did. But Cooper flags out the game. They know the whole world's watching this game. The only way we're getting close is if one of those dudes is out the game. Beep, beep. 2 quick fouls, you're gone. Now we got a ball game. Duke's winning by 20 at halftime.
Yeah, they're up by a ton, man.
Like,
that's what I heard. I mean, like I said, I didn't see it.
All the money wasn't on Carolina before this game. Is that not, come on, let's hit the dude out. A lot of money on Carolina in this game.
Including my money.
Yeah.
But
I hate
because
you lost.
I'm just saying,
I'm
just saying, like, with 5 fouls, you can easily go beep, beep.
I blame
Hansbrough's out or whoever's out, and now we got a fixed ball game.
I blame Milton, because when I was listening to it, he reminded me. He goes, "Well, tonight Duke and Carolina on KTC," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, hidden flag out of that game. I need to bet on that game." I probably would have forgot about it.
Thanks, Milton.
Yeah, Milton got Tom to bet.
Milton got me
Good
to bet.
job.
I had forgotten about that. I said, "Oh, that game's tonight." I said, I need to bet on that." There's 2 guys out for Duke though, Kevin. Somebody else was out.
Brown.
Yeah, somebody else was out.
And they're up 20 at halftime, Tom. That's like us, talking about an NFL game. Patrick Mahomes is out, Kelsey's out, and the backup's beating the other best team in the NFL. Like, well, how did that happen? Well, wonder why.
But I'm telling you, man,
wonder why.
It was a sucker bet.
Yeah, I know.
It was a 6.5. I think it was 6.5. But Carolina was 3.5 to 1 straight up.
Yeah.
It's like, how is Duke still a 3.5 to 1 favorite with their 2 of their best players out? Their best player and another one out.
That's on account of they beating people by 30 points, Tom.
Still, Terry. Still.
I'm
and
still
not just their
telling you.
best player, but arguably the best player in the country.
Terry, that's a neutral court, and
I don't
Carolina had been playing better.
I don't care.
This might
Duke
be too.
is good. That Duke team is
wait, real
good
quick,
with
I'll
everybody
I'll
out
defend
there.
Tom on
They're
the
they're
neutral court thing. I think all 3 of their losses are obviously not at home. So, like,
It was a neutral. it was a neutral.
You can look at
court.
Duke's schedule every year. However losses they got,
They're on.
They're
the
not
road.
at home.
Yeah.
they're on the road and they're at a neutral site every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Clemson and Syracuse at the end. Terry, is this a foul?
Yes.
It was a foul. Yeah.
We talk about clean block.
Look, Well,
Get
first
that
of
out
all-
of here.
First of all, I'm gonna put my hand in his back.
Oh, you're looking at zero. I ain't worried
No,
about
that's
him.
what I'm saying. Well, I've already fouled him right there.
I'm talking about the dude that swatted the shot.
You know,
That's a foul.
Better come stronger, Tom.
Can you not review that?
Don't you bring that weak action into the.
I don't know.
yeah, they reviewed it right here as against the other team.
Can you not review that?
I
in
don't know.
college? You can review it in pros.
25 got a clean block.
Take the head swivel out. and
25
wonder.
did
Right
not
there.
go.
Yeah, he did. Watch 25.
25 did get a clean block.
Y'all looking at zero. I'm looking at 25.
Watch the body contact booth.
Get that out of here, son.
There's really a
I would
foul
argue
at
Clemson's
the
initiating
start.
that contact. He's
You know what I'm
driving in.
saying? There was really a foul at the start.
If
You
it,
can't
if you're going to
put-
call a foul, it's going to be on zero. The guy
That's what I'm
blocking
saying.
it, I mean, he's in that position. The Clemson defender, the
I'm not-
Clemson
I'm not.
offensive player's driving into him.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying 25 got a clean block.
Yeah.
Right there, pushing the side, and then come on.
There's not, I mean, the head swivel makes it look a lot worse than it is, and that's just
There's
the
your
Clemson player.
foul.
Look, he's
I'll
just
say-
acting.
And then we got him again coming down.
So I'm gonna say this in defense of the Clemson player. And referees do this, and it's not fair, Terry.
Oh,
If that's a guard, they let that go because of body size. If that's a big man that takes that contact, they probably do get that. LeBron will get that foul call, but the guards
LeBron
won't.
gets
Shaq,
every
that's the
call.
whole thing. Like people would go get Shaq, and he'd knock somebody over, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's just his weight." No, he just fouled the crap out of him. Like, that's still a foul. I say it is a foul. I was just saying 25 still blocked it clean, but zero did foul him up. So, but I don't mind one bit laughing at Clemson losing. So I'm going to take that and laugh at that one. So sorry, Tigers, you lost. They get to go to the tournament.
You know, it's amazing, though.
they're
You
going
think of all the history of Carolina, and there's only two teams Carolina's ever had a losing record to in the ACC tournaments. Of all the teams that's ever been in there, and that's Georgia Tech and Duke. The only two teams they have a losing
Bobby
record
Crimmins
to.
used to whoop them. Is that what it was?
I guess.
That's all right. They had Georgia Tech ain't been good in a long time.
My athletic director in high school used to be assistant coach with Bobby
All
Crimmins.
right, we're going to show y'all a couple of different.
But that was the first time that Carolina and Wake Forest had played each other in an ACC tournament since way back in 2000.
Really?
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, it'd been a while.
That's surprising.
That's wild. All right, so I'm going to show you some examples of how you listen to a coach, Chip. See, what do you think about this? Terry, would you want this guy to be on your team?
Let me see what he says first.
Well, there's nothing to say.
Well,
You're
he's
just
not
watching him.
saying a word.
You're just watching him. Just
Well,
watching him.
he's telling him like life is, buddy. This is how it is. You understand?
First of all, how many
Do you
gummies
understand?
has this dude eat?
I mean, what?
Gummies. I am accused. Well, why is his eyes barely open? How high is he? Well, what is going on? Like, is he always looking like who's the basketball player like that? Sleepy Floyd? Like,
Do you see this exchange? That's why I'm retiring.
now, let me show
That's
you.
why I'm
Let me
retiring.
show you Bruce Pearl's exchange with his player. You can see the difference in this one for the folks watching online. Tell me if you'd rather this kid be playing for you when Pearl starts yelling. Got to mute it just in case whoever's filming it says something. But how about a difference in listening to your coaches?
Yeah.
Between those two. Total eye contact. Yeah. Oh, fist
Yeah,
bump, done.
I got you, buddy. That's what I should have did.
Most kids aren't like that.
No.
Most kids, they know everything. The computer told them.
The optics look bad on the Izzo one, but it could very easily be Izzo like talking about some aspect of the game and just being like that was crazy right there. And the player's like, nah, I can't believe.
No. He was.
This
he
is
was
one of
chewing.
my favorite pictures ever of Michael listening to Dean, and like you saw, the second guy in that video I just showed, the same eyes are right there listening to you, Coach. And I get it, Chip, but
I mean, I agree with Tom. I think that the player coach dynamic has radically changed in the
They
past
don't-
20
I mean,
years.
It's just
Oh,
like
yeah. Maybe a little bit longer than that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And it's just
And
like,
not for the better.
Yeah.
It's just the overall paying attention in general. Like I about had to literally kick a kid out of the game. Call a foul in soccer. Called a foul. Like I saw the one girl grab her and hold her back. And it's like I just called a foul and was giving her the foul. The person who was the benefit of the foul turns around and starts screaming at me. Didn't even pay attention to who the foul was called on.
Just ready.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what these kids do. They don't pay attention. They don't listen. You know, and then it's just like, well, I get to lose my mind whenever I want. It's okay
R-
because after it's over, I'll
Well,
just
that's
go
the
see a
world.
counselor. I mean, that's the way it is
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
now.
There is
That's-
no
that's-
respect.
So
But-
for Tar, go ahead.
But
Doc.
that's what I mean. But that's the way it is. I mean, like, and one time we're pointing this way for them to go, and they're just like, nobody's doing anything. I was like, and I said, remember when you told your team shut up and listen, Kevin?
Yeah.
That's kind of the.
And
I had one of those
banned,
moments.
I got
Yeah.
banned from the whole city.
I had one of those moments. I said, girls, listen. It's over there. Listen to the ref.
Yeah.
And like kind of got quiet. But it's just like y'all don't want to listen to anybody. It's like you're 15 years old and you know everything. I was like, and these guys, what are these guys, like 20 years old? That's the same thing. It's like, oh, I know everything. I don't have to listen to anybody.
Well, and the way that the basketball culture is now growing up, and these AAU and the travel ball and all those sorts of things, the standouts are being coddled and just being told how invincible
I'm just telling
and
you.
wonderful they are to get them to this level, and then they actually have to get to listen to an esteemed coach. They don't know how to do that.
I'm just telling you, back where we were kids, you listen. I'm sorry, Kevin. Go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
They y'all are all right in all those points. I just noticed something on this Carolina Duke. You know, I wanted to point out, like when you're blaming this kid for stepping in the lane. I'm going to read you something. 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 0 for 3, 0 for 3, 0 for 2, 0 for 1. That's the whole Carolina's team 3-pointers not named Cadeau.
Wow.
Cadeau was in foul trouble. Huh. How about free throws? They missed 8 of them. And you wanted the one to tie at the end.
Yeah.
If you make one of those other 8, we're not even talking about that. So when you look at blame, let's look at that stuff and not blame
look
the
at the
guy
whole
for
game. You gotta look at
stepping-
the- you gotta
right.
look at the whole-
You put yourself in a position where you almost had to play an almost flawless second half to come back, which they
Correct.
almost did.
They almost did.
But
They
if you
almost
didn't, and the one flaw that was apparent is gets pointed out when
But
your point that you brought up before we went on the air, you don't give up a 15-0 run in the first half, you're not in this situation.
But I give Hubert Davis all the credit in the world. When they showed him afterwards, he had the young man right beside him, and they were together.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're not going into this alone.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Hey, we made a mistake. You made the mistake, but that's not what cost us this game.
I bet he would have loved for his team to have had a second half like that against Kansas in the national championship game.
All right.
He'd have a title already.
So Selection Sundays tomorrow, we will have coverage of that on WHS, our sister radio station, 101.5. This is the Big 12 championship game right before tip-off.
Oh, yeah. The championship game?
Yep.
Hey, we could have got a seat there, Tom.
You're kidding me.
Low. Real low.
What's sad is that they even made people go to the upper deck.
Yeah. Like, come down here.
Where'd they play
How
it?
disrespectful is it? I can't even go down there.
Kevin, where'd they play it?
I do not know. It said 700 miles away. It looks like San Antonio, if I was going to guess.
Have you ever seen
Black- with the black-
Syracuse?
Syracuse, what? Their dome?
Yeah, where it's kind of out large, but over in the back sections, you're like
said
in
Big 12?
behind
Yeah.
bleachers. If you're way over there, and I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
why
Yeah.
in the world? Why would I even buy a seat over there? You know, I guess I just wanted to be at the game.
Where was it at, Chip?
The T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri. What?
Did you just say T-Mobile?
T-Mobile?
Who uses
You said
that?
T-Mobile.
Sorry, I'm used to watch. I'm used to listen to that
T-Mobile.
in the Tour de France. My fault.
T-Mobile. I was like, what is
My
this?
bad.
Who uses that? That arena?
Kevin, I was just about to ask the same question.
Like,
Why would you have an arena that big in Kansas
that
City? There's no pro team.
right? That's what I was trying to figure.
Yeah, Kansas City Royals play there. Kansas City
You can
Chiefs
maybe
play
do
there.
it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
I
play
can't
there.
with him right now. So
who was playing in the game?
that tweet didn't say that either. I've done lost it where I put it.
I have
Chip, how hard is it to find it? Who is it? What is it called?
the T-Mobile Center,
The T-Mobile
Mobile
Center.
Center. And where?
Kansas City, Missouri. I'm looking to see. I don't know if anybody plays there.
Yeah, who's home court?
It hosted the former Kansas City command of the Arena Football League.
Yeah, they're not there
The
anymore.
venue was a regular stop for professional bull riders. Since 2022, it serves the home venue of the professional bull riders Kansas City Outlaws. So it's officially a home venue of professional bull riders. and they
That's
have
why it took me so long to
and
find
they have
somebody.
that many seats.
It was Houston and Arizona.
It was that many seats.
No, that wasn't the championship game. What's today? Saturday? That wasn't a championship game, Kevin. That was a semifinal.
Gotcha.
Okay, that makes a
The
little.
championship game is Saturday, March 15th, which is today. Beware the Ides of March. Houston at Arizona. I mean, Houston and Arizona at, I guess, at T-Mobile.
At the T-Mobile Center.
T-Mobile.
How about the first night of the ACC tournament? Cal versus Stanford and SMU.
It says
versus-
with no Big 12 team left within 700 miles.
Yeah.
So
Well, Kevin, what we're getting into here is you made these conferences just too darn big, man.
Yep.
I mean, you've got, I was
the championship game is going to be in the
like
bubble
Terry,
time.
it still takes me a second because I'm listening, and if you need to listen to any of the basketball coverage, 92.9, we've got it. So just tune in. 101.5 will have some games too. So if you're in the car, listen. But I'm trying to listen to the scores, and they're saying, "Oh, Big Ten tournament, Wisconsin defeats Oregon," and it takes me a second to process
Yeah.
that.
Well, I mean,
it's like Wisconsin and Oregon in the Big Ten tournament. It's
that's
crazy.
just like right now. The ACC's got all their tournament schedules through 2029, 2030. All right, what's going to happen after that? When will the ACC all of a sudden have their championship out in California? That's coming. It's going to come.
It has to.
Well,
Yeah.
with zero fans at these games, they're going to have to
How
start
many
doing them in
people
the
going out
ballrooms
there?
like the NBA did for LeBron's championship.
Seriously though,
We're
I
going
don't.
to Disney World.
You know why?
Championship.
You know why you don't need the fans? I guess because of the TV revenue and the gamblers.
Right.
You know
well,
what I
Lakers
mean?
fans have never seen LeBron win a championship.
The gamblers, man.